I want to show you that we have kind of two screens we toggle between. When we bring up a design, so touch the topaz, touch the little flower that accesses the built-in designs of your machine, or if you wanted to pull a design in from your USB stick, touch the folder to access an external designs that you've loaded onto that stick. Let's go ahead and just work with built-in designs right now. You can arrow down. You'll have 159 designs in here. We'll just touch kind of a big one. You can see it comes on in, shows us all the color. So this is what we call the edit view, where we can move it. We can touch Alt. We could rotate it a little bit. We could do some sizing to the design. All these things are done on this screen. When we toggle to the next screen, that's where we embroider it. You have to touch Go to get it to that. And the hoop kind of sets itself up. And now you have new functions on this screen. Ability to move it, change it to monochrome, do a basting stitch around it, which will stitch first and kind of tack your fabric to your stabilizer. It's actually a nice thing to do. Just by touching again, we'll actually remove it. And then also too, here's all the colors in the order it's going to stitch out. Now this is a built-in design, so in the booklet that came with your machine, it also has all the colors spelled out for you. Great for making notes, so if you change your color and want to know what you used for next time, that's really nice to actually do there. All right, so different colors as we go, and we'll also have what's called design positioning, being able to adjust the design based on how we've hooped it. If it's not hooped just right, we can adjust the design to fit onto the screen. We can also kind of go around the design, kind of find where the top left corner is, for example, or the bottom left corner. The needle and hoop are moving around, and we'll go into this a little bit more. Here's the center of the design. It puts the needle right where the center is, and if we'd marked our fabric north and south, we would now move that needle to be right over that center part. So we have all those options. I'll just do X right now. Yes, I do want to cancel out what I was working with. And it just really, and then also to your Alt, this will then show you where you can back up for stitches or go forward stitch by stitch depending on which way you are actually going. And then also if you want to adjust your tension, that can be adjusted here. As you can see, we can go up or lower. Usually if you have to adjust your tension for embroidery, it's because your bobbin thread is coming up to the top side. Usually, if anything, I am lowering that top tension and getting it so that top thread is pulled to the back side. And it really makes it look a lot better there. All right, so we'll just touch Alt and put it back to just stitch count. And notice too, it will count through all the stitches. So in color 1, there is 523 stitches, and total stitches in this design, 28,000 stitches. Just one thing I always recommend is if you start an embroidery design, plan to finish it. If you stop halfway through, leave it sit overnight, the fabric can relax, and then maybe your final outlines don't line up with the design. So 28,000 stitches and all these color changes, we are going to be here a little while. I would recommend not starting this at 11 o'clock at night if that is not you and you're not planning on finishing it. So keep that in mind when you start a long design. Plan to finish it when all possible. I know that's not always the case. And if you do come back and get it finished at a later time, you'll just get the result you get. That's kind of where we're at. So we'll go through all these different features, but to get back to the editing screen or the edit view, touch the return arrow, and that toggles us between the two views.